Hey everyone, welcome to another Python programming walkthrough tutorial, where today we're going to be doing try and accept, and we're going to do a building calculator. So let's start with a variable, and we're going to call that num1, and we're going to assign that an input, and we're just going to say enter a number. This calculator will just allow you to enter two numbers and an operator, and it'll perform the calculation. So here we also have the operator, and we're going to input plus, minus, multiplication or division, and then following that will be our input of number 2. So if you know how inputs work, they will take a form of a string, the way I have it written out right now. So I'm going to do an if statement. So let's say if the operator is a plus, an elif if the operator is equal to minus, another elif if the operator is going to be a multiplication, and lastly if the operator will be a division sign. And I'm going to take in consideration an else where it is neither of those four options, and it will print out an invalid entry statement. So for each of these if, elif, and else options, I'm going to do an f string or a formatted string and just print out the answer, and it's just going to be number 1 plus number 2, and then that will continue for the various operator inputs. So I'm just going to copy and paste this over and just change the operator for each of these scenarios. So when just looking at it, it looks like it will function as expected. However, you'll see in a minute where, say I do 6 plus 2, you think I would get 8, but I actually get 62. And the reason is the number 1 and number 2 are still strings. They're not numbers and they're not integers. So we're kind of just conjoining these two number variables. So you need to change the input to an int. Yeah, short for integer. So this is one reason why try and accept is really important, because it will allow you to prompt the user with error messages if something is incorrect. So as you see here, 6 plus 2 now is equal to 8, which is the correct calculation. Now let's say we want to do 7 divided by 0. Well, saying you have a 0 division error, because we obviously can't divide by 0. So how are we going to allow our calculator to accept an error message and print it out? So we're going to group everything here under the try scenario, and then we're going to have an accept, and we're going to call the 0 division error. So if the 0 division error is there, we're going to not be prompted with this ugly red text. We're actually going to just print out a simple statement where it's like, you can't divide by 0, try again, just to make it more visually appealing so your computer program doesn't just crash. And I'm going to do a while true, so it continuously repeats itself, and I should break out of the scenarios if it's done correctly. Just do a \n just for a new line, just so like the program will be more visually appealing. So now let's see if I enter like variables or characters instead of a number. As you see, I'm printed with a value error this time. So instead of the 0 division error, I'm going to do an accept as well for a value error, and I'm going to print out an invalid entry message, and just kind of warning them that they have to enter in integers instead of strings or characters. So that's the importance of the try and accept scenarios, where you're going to kind of just consider any user input. So even though as a programmer I might expect the user to input a number, there's scenarios where that might not be the case and they enter something incorrectly. We don't want our program to crash So taking in consideration on the user not correctly using the program is really important as well. So here I have the break for each of the if and elif scenarios. So if it actually successfully calculates the numbers, it will print out and break from the whole program. So here I have 5 plus 4, which is equal to 9, obviously. So that kind of concludes this programming project. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please consider subscribing to kind of keep up with my channel, and hope to see you in another video here soon. I'll see you guys.